Alright, so this is problem 5. Problem 5 reads, find the critical numbers of this function, sine squared x minus cosine of x, on this domain from 0 to 2 pi. Okay, real quick, remember, to find critical numbers, we must equate the derivative, f prime, so the function's derivative, to 0. Once we do this, we'll find x values that will make the derivative equal to 0. These are our possible critical numbers. To determine if they're the actual critical numbers, we must input those possible critical numbers back into the original function and see if they're defined. If they're defined, then there are critical numbers. If they're not defined, they're not critical numbers. So I wrote that there. Let's go ahead and solve the problem then. So let's find f prime. F prime is then, take the derivative of sine squared x, that's going to be 2, using the chain rule, 2 sine x times the derivative of sine, cosine. Then the derivative of cosine is minus sine, but minus times minus is plus sine. Alright, let's go ahead, we can go ahead and factor out the sine. So f prime of x is equal to sine x times 2 cosine x plus 1. Now we need to equate this to 0, so set that equal to 0. Okay, so if this is equal to 0, then this is equal to 0, or this is equal to 0. So you're going to find when sine of x is equal to 0, and when 2 cosine x plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, when is sine of x equal to 0? So that's when x is equal to 0, and when x is equal to pi. Those are the only two on that domain from 0 to 2 pi. We don't include 2 pi because 2 pi is not included. Okay, so here, go ahead and solve this. We get 2 cosine x, move the 1 to the other side, negative 1, divide both sides by 2. 2's cancel, cosine of x equals negative 1/2. So when is cosine of x equal to negative 1/2? Well, definitely cosine is negative in the second and third quadrants. When is it 1/2? That's at pi over 6. So then we have, that's at pi over 3. So we have 2 pi over 3. And we have 4 pi over 3. Just real quick. This is pi over 3. Cosine is 1/2 and sine is 3 over 2. So it's positive 1/2, but we know it's negative in this quadrant. So this would be pi minus pi over 3. That's going to give you 2 pi over 3 here. So that'll be the whole thing, 2 pi over 3, and also down here. So you want these two angles. So that's 2 pi over 3, and that's 4 pi over 3. So that's when it's negative. Alright. So now, these are our possible critical numbers. Are they defined for the original? Let's see, f of 0, sine of 0 is defined. That's 0, cosine of 0, that's defined, that's 1, perfect. What about pi? Sine of pi is 0, 0 squared is defined. Cosine of pi is defined. 2 pi over 3, sine of 2 pi over 3 and cosine of 2 pi over 3, that's fine. 4 pi over 3, that works, that's fine too. Therefore, our critical numbers are x is equal to 0, 2 pi over 3, pi, and 4 pi over 3.